Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's show, The Art of the Name. It's a good thing I put it up there so I can remember it. I will wait for a few people to get online before we continue, and then off we go with another great show today on Wednesday. It always takes a minute or two for people to get online, so we'll give you that time. It always goes from like 1, 2 to like 40 or 50, which is interesting. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know everything's great. Oh, there, we went from 1 to 9 in literally a half a second. I think it just takes time for each one of the streams to actually join. I am getting a bunch of comments. Hi, Adam. Hi, Adam. Hi, Adam. Yep, we're good. So, Facebook user, hi, Adam. Gurpreet, Greg White, hi. Everyone hears us great. Kathy, you made it. Good to see you. Austin, Stephen, everybody's starting to pour in. Okay, today's going to be an interesting show. I did say before Jeffrey's here, I had some surprises for today. It's going to be interesting. And those people that said they couldn't make the show, you will not be able to take advantage of the surprises. So you'll be glad you're here. Tom, Ben, I'm starting to see everybody, so we're good. So let's take a look at, quickly, we'll go into some of the stuff. There's a lot to go over, so I want to make sure that we cover a lot. Last week's drop list, I won't spend much time on this one, but there were some great names that we went over that people got. From specialist vets to breed poodles. What else did we get? Somebody got Smiles Bright, Fever Checkers. I picked up, what did I pick up? I picked up 2 that I liked. I picked up Video Watermarks, which I mentioned on the video, and Enclosed Porch, which for some reason nobody decided to register. So I was able to just get them for like $8 or something like that. So thank you for that, for leaving me the ones that little morsels of food that I could chew on and have those. Everybody's coming in now. Rick's here. Mark's back. Rod Shield. Some new names, some new faces. It's good. Love to have you all aboard. And it's going to be a really good show today, as it usually is from the comments. Again, feel free to ask any questions or anything you need. I'll come back for questions every time we're done a certain section, and then we'll go through that. So, without further ado, I will take a look at the drops. The good drops are coming out, and I will share my screen with you on the drops that are coming out for, what date did I do? June the 19th. So you have a couple days to watch the video, review it, and do whatever else you need to do. So I'm going to pull that up now and share it with you guys. You should be able to see it. I'll get rid of my face. I'll also get rid of the title, as you guys always tell me to do. And then I'll pull up the list. So it's quite interesting. There's a lot of good domains. I did use the tool, the expired domain tool, as you can see. I'm just going to see if I can move it to my monitor. I can, so that's good. Lots of good stuff, lots of good searches. So let's just go with it. There were about 180,000 names dropping on the 19th. We knocked it down to 72,129 with just comms, no dashes and no numbers. And then I sorted through all kinds of stuff from first names to dictionaries, 1, 2, 3 words, geographical keywords. And I found some interesting ones, some not so interesting ones, but I think there's something for everybody in this episode. So let's share this and go through it. Phoenix Home Movers. Also, before we start with this, I would like to take a moment to wish Melanie, my good friend Melanie, a happy birthday. Her birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday, Melanie. I truly mean that from the heart. Okay, let's go on. Phoenix Home Movers, interesting domain name, 165. You may need to take notes on this, but I will post the list to those of you that asked for it after this video. Like usual, it'll be in the folder where I have all of the access for you guys for the scripts and now the lists, they'll be there. Okay, Phoenix Home Movers, 165 people a month. Mobile drone tracker, interesting at 189. Mobile drone tracking, 390. California Palimony, also an interesting name. I can tell you also that there are about 60 to 100 names in the drop on the 19th related to San Francisco and lawyers. So if you're after that kind of crowd, it's like everything from San Francisco civil attorney, divorce attorney, whatever. You'll find a whole bunch of them dropping on the 19th. So let's go on. Albuquerque Home Inspections, 1030. Undocumented jobs. Only 1,120, but I thought it was an interesting domain name. Drawer boss. I don't know, somebody who reorganizes drawers and closets. This San Francisco child support is only here, so I'd remember to tell you about all the San Francisco lawyer domains dropping. Costume broker. Interesting. 1900. English ceremonies, 2180. Miami carpenters, 2340. That was an interesting one. Chandler architect, a couple of geos, 2590. Chandler is in Arizona and probably somewhere else. Designer degrees. I don't know if it's for graphic designers or just cool frames for your degrees. Calif divorce, California divorce. There's quite a few of those in there today. Deliver basket. You could have a basket business. Golden lockets for those of you that like jewelry, 4,800 a month. Buffalo LTD. I just thought it was cool because it was Buffalo and limited and short. Interesting. This one could be a dating one. Pulling heartstrings. I just left it in there because it had 8,600. Probably not something I'd go for, but maybe something one of you would like. Hollywood Sunshine, a brandable at almost 10,000 a month. Albuquerque Home Inspectors, 13,600 a month. Here's a good one for promoting apps because it's called Promoting Apps. So if you want to do some SEO or promotion for apps at 17,800, there's people looking for it, so you may want to do it. There are 6 four-letter domains dropping on the 19th. This one's got 19.5, but SAXRH, not great to me. Upscale Social. To me, it could be a really good event manager type thing, or really just a new social network for upscale and I don't know, no filtering, no nothing. Who knows? It sounds like a good name to me. Golden everything. You'll see I have another golden one in here. Golden lockets. Just sounded good because golden lockets was there. I did a search for golden, that came up. Projectors manual. I thought projectors from high school, but those aren't around anymore. So I think they mean like home projectors like we have in our entertainment room. Project Smarty, a real good name for a new project if you wanted a good brandable. 28,000 people think so. A couple of names that are in here that get a lot of traffic for those of you that like to register name domains. Courtney Matthews, 29,400. Now, you've also got Rent Electric Scooter and rentelectricscooters.com, both at around 30,000. Pretty good domain name, especially for companies that rent electric scooters. DWCQ, 31,000. Again, not great, but if you like 4 letters, it's good. Employee travels. If you want to have a place where your employees can get deals on travel as a travel agency, or you just want to list where all your employees have traveled, that would be good. The next one I kept on the list. It was the first one I found today. I just thought Donate Children was a perfect one because if I'd known 4 grown kids and adults would be this difficult, I probably would have donated at least a couple. Donate Children, 36,100. I assume you're donating toys or donating something for children, but not actual children. Although, like I said, I could have used a couple donations there. Photo Print Online, 40,000. Not bad. Elizabeth Underwood, 46,100. That's from one of those, maybe from one of those shows that I watched because there was an Underwood and I think it was House of Cards. That's it. David Hollinger, another name with 55,000 on it. BSXX, 59,000. Future traveling for all those future travelers who want to travel in space or do whatever you want. Interesting. Jogger suits, a product. 79,300. I don't know if you call them jogger suits here. They're called jogging suits or jogger suits. I don't know. JHHP, finally a domain, a 4-letter that's got some good letters, 81,000. Musical decor. This could be for any party, any wedding, anything that you want. 96,300 could be for a band. Frank Bayer, 108,000. Don't know who he is, but he's got traffic. Employee image. This was just interesting. I don't know what to do with it, but it's got 113,000 people looking for it. Draw videos. You've seen those character drawings where they draw something and it comes to life in a video. It's almost like a custom whiteboard video. That would be a decent one. For some of you that like to tread on the line, Windows servers with the S, 205,000. MBDL could be, I don't know, motherboard downloads. I don't know, it could be anything. 207,000. Cloud syncing. Now this is a big one because a lot of times you have multiple cloud accounts. Like for example, I use Amazon Cloud, I use Google Drive, I use Dropbox, a few of them. And a lot of times you want to sync everything that you have on the same cloud drive or have at least duplicate or triplicate so you don't lose anything. It's a really cool name, Cloud Syncing. Really good brand, really good business. Tier pricing, not sure what we could use it for, but it's a good two-word combo of words with 261,000. Lots of companies do tier pricing, so it's interesting. Mug quotes, there's not a mug you can't find with a quote. I don't have my usual one today, but I'm drinking coffee out of this one. It says, enjoy every moment. So I will by taking a sip of coffee. So mug quotes is a good business. You can sell all kinds of stuff there. Christina Mendoza, 125,000 popular. English Magazine's also another good one at 353,000. Sky Wallpapers. People get wallpapers. They're doing Zoom backgrounds and all that crap now. 851,000. Tokenisms. The only reason I left this one on the list, it's like a one-worder, and I thought tokenisms, with everything going on with cryptocurrency and tokens, it could be some sort of a good site you could use for tokens. I'm not sure what I'd do with it. Let's keep going. Jason Day, a huge domain with a person, 101.4 million. You probably want to back order that if you want to sell one pretty quickly. Pantry items, 2 million? Pantry items, could be anything from a grocery store to anything else. Great name. UPS Market. Well, you could sell tons of UPSs. You could be United Parcel Service, but I think you'd be better off with uninterrupted power supply market and actually selling UPSs. They still are hot. They do well. And then we round up with another one-worder, Kerosene's 2-point-something million, or let me see, 23 million. Don't know what you do with it, but it's another one-worder. And then QMLD, the top four-letter dropping. It's got like 1 billion almost results. So lots of good domains in here. I like cloud syncing for sure. Musical decor isn't bad. Tokenisms is interesting. Pantry items would be a great name for, like I said, a small little grocery store. Probably something out there. Jason Day for names. Mug quotes is good. Look at the ones that you can use for a business on their own, and you'll do well. Future traveling, that's got to be easily sold. Rent electric scooters and scooters. Also good. This one's full of little gold items. If you want a copy of this list, please let me know in Facebook, or don't let me know. And what I will do is I will post it for you guys in the group that's shared that you guys should all have access to. I'll just post it. It'll be the date of the 19th, the date of the drops, and it will be there for you guys to look at and back order and do whatever you like with. So that's a pretty good one. I see the crowd is nicely building. Let me go back to the comments. What did you think of some of those names? Screen is a bit blurry. That's not good. Anybody have any comments on any of the names that they saw while I start to go to something else that'll be a little bit more interesting? So there was about 180,000 names in there, knocked it down to about, say, 40, and out of those 40, probably 10 are really decent names, and probably about 3 to 5 are names that are worth getting. Now, I'm going to tell you a bit about spelling of syncing. Yeah, we'll have to check that. I'm not really sure, but either way, I'm going to go for something to do with cloud syncing on some other extension if it is the wrong spelling. But it still gets a lot of traffic whether it's spelt right or not. So maybe not such a good name for a business, but a good name for traffic for sure for your cloud business. Okay, so now we're going to go over, well, should we do the surprise now or a bit later? Let's go with a bit later. It's going to be good, though. You guys are going to need to have pen and paper ready for the surprises, so I will get you ready for that. I'll tell you what it is. I won't ruin that much of the surprise. I got up last night for those of you that don't have acid reflux, you won't know, but I woke up last night with acid reflux. Basically, it just chokes you in your sleep and you wake up. Not feeling so great, and then I decided I was awake, so I came down to the computer and I looked for names that were available that we could put on the show today that are actually available for registration right now. So I'm going to give you a list of some of those really good ones shortly. All right, so that's my acid reflux story that woke me up at 4. So we do have a list of that coming. Also, I do want to remind you, and I don't make any money off of this, the Jack Hopman bundle. It's $9 for the first month, and then $59 after that. If you can't make $59 off of this in a month, it's crazy, because it tells you anything you could buy, buyers for your domains. It creates sites for you. It comes with Rapify to make the sites. It comes with the theme Jack Enterprise plugin to make local sites. I use it all the time. So if you guys aren't using this, for at least trying it for $9, I don't know what's going on. So you should take a note of that link. take a screenshot, do whatever you want, but make sure you get it in. I'll even put it in the chat for you guys in case you need it. Let me go back to the chat. I will send it out to you guys. Just sign up, get it for yourself, do what you want. It's really good. I can't tell you enough how good it is. Okay, and then as usual, you can check the expired domain search tool. That's a tool that I'm using to find the domain names, and you can purchase it there if you want to. If not, you don't need to. There's also a Facebook group that's created for support of that tool and for new feature ideas. I'm doing lots of cool stuff with it to add new stuff to it. Also, another topic that came up was in the group, people are looking for VAs, virtual assistants. So I have a good buddy who's in the domain business, and he moved to California. So that, thanks, Greg. Greg just popped me up and said he's got a great product for acid reflux. Yeah, right now I just take Nexium, and I'm supposed to take it more regularly, but I just take it once a week or something like that. But I will definitely reach out, Greg, about the acid reflux. Appreciate it. I am in pretty good health overall, by the way. I'm going to be 56 this year, and I've never been in a hospital except for just never for an operation or anything. So I'm hoping to stick to that. But I love the idea about Greg reaching out. So this helps me in a way too. So the VAs, I've actually been talking to Greg about VAs. He's done some pricing. He sent me some interesting quotes that he got. The guy that I know, he was in domains. He was a big-time domainer and a good friend of mine. He actually shut down his domain business and started opening up call centers, and he moved to the Philippines. So I sent him out information to see if I could get quotes for us to get VAs to help us with some of the stuff. One of the things that I know you guys want is somebody to help sell your domains, and that's what a good VA can do. But we will have to provide them with lists of leads and a script, and they'll do the calling. So we'll see how that goes. And then also for me, I have a huge list that I get every day of different sites, probably about 15 million sites that need updates on WordPress or need SSL or need different things done. So for me, that's one of the things I'm doing with it as well. If anybody wants to get involved, let me know. I have the list. They just need to be called and there's lots of money to be made there, tons. All right, CRM stuff. I owe you something for that. Sorry, I've been tied up doing a new course called the Master Domaining course, which will be out next week. I'm putting the finishing touches on it. It's done. I've got beginner, intermediate, advanced, and my typical fire hose where I just throw a ton of information at you. You can decide which one you want. Each course will have a different, a little test afterwards. I do not want people going into Firehose or Advanced unless they're ready for it. Some people need to know the beginner level and some people don't. So you'll be able to judge yourself based on the quiz you take at the beginning. Let's see. Portfolio reviews. I get a ton of requests for portfolio reviews, quite honestly, most of which are filled with garbage domains that will never sell. So ideally, if I can help some people go through them, and I set up something where it's like 200 Canadian or 165 US, and I'll spend an hour consulting, going through your whole portfolio. I'll color code what I think you should keep, what you should drop, and what you should think about selling, and what prices I think they can. It'll help you out a lot. You'll save enough on renewal fees for garbage that you will make that money back already. For some of you, I feel really bad because I do want to stop the bleeding. There is a lot of domains that I see that should not have been registered, should not have been bought, or should definitely not be renewed. So if I can help you with that, great. I'm getting a ton of people asking me for this. There's already 6 people who signed up for portfolio reviews, one of which I've scheduled and one of which I still need to schedule, and the other 4 I've got to get in touch with and see as well. So that covers that. We've covered all that cool stuff. Let's talk about, let me go back and see if you guys have any questions because I haven't gone back in a bit. Let's go back to the chat group. Noticed GoDaddy is listing pricing for domains. Yeah, so one of the things that I've done is, and it's down here on the list, is I'm moving a lot of domains, starting to move some back to GoDaddy that I had at namespro.ca. Nothing to do with NamesPro, their service is good. I just think that if your registrar, and this is important for you guys to note, if your registrar does not connect with a GoDaddy marketplace, you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to have your domains where you can get the most eyeballs on them to see them. So what I did was I moved maybe a couple hundred .coms in to start, and I priced them all out at what I wanted them to be priced at or make an offer, so at least I could get them there and get the eyeballs on them to get the traffic going. When I did this the first day, I had a sale come through that just, I got told yesterday they've received the money on. It is sportswear.ca. So there you go. So it is worthwhile to get the eyeballs on it. If you're at a registrar and you can't list at GoDaddy, you absolutely need to change your registrars. Move them over as they expire. Just move over every month if there's 20 or 50 or whatever you can do instead of renewing them where you'd normally move them over. Also, on the GoDaddy front, most of you do not know this, but you can get a sign up for a company called Rakuten, Rakuten. Let me put it in here for you. I think I have it on my screen. I'll just share it with you guys. Let me get rid of the banner, and then I will explain that to you. Share screen. Let's go over to here. We'll go to this one. We'll share, and we'll go to Rakuten. So this is a company that you can get cash back on for all the money that you spend on domains. So what you want to do is, and I'll get rid of the Art of the Domain banner, is sign up here. You get cash back 2.5% for every dollar you spend on domains. So why not sign up with Rakuten? It's basically free to sign up, and they give you cash back for just spending money at GoDaddy. So, and they do it with a bunch of other registrars and a bunch of other products. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing it. I'll add a banner so that you guys can see, and we'll come back here. So here's the company. I don't do anything special except just sign up, and every time you go to a site that they support, it says click here to activate it. They do all the other big stores that you would think of as well. But listen, if you're spending whatever it is on domains, if you can get back an extra 20, 30 bucks a month on renewals or more than that, sometimes I get hundreds, it's worthwhile. But most, it'll be about 30 bucks a month if you're spending normal renewal fees. So why not get that back? It cuts down your price of a registration. So why not? Rakuten, there's Rakuten.com, Rakuten.ca is the one I use for Canada. They'll have one local for you, but you get a discount on GoDaddy domain names. That's something to think about. So let's, what do we got next? Some of you are asking about tools to get email addresses. One of the best ones you can use as a browser add-on to get email addresses from a LinkedIn account or from any other page is called Lusha, L-U-S-H-A, Lusha. They have a free version you can try, and if you like it, you can sign up. Again, I have no affiliation. I've just used it. Somebody else mentioned Hunter.io, that they didn't get great results with it. I've used it. It's not one of the better plugins, but definitely Lusha is a better plugin. Any questions? Let's go back to the comments before we start to get some good stuff. What about GoDaddy auctions? Let me see. Notice GoDaddy's listing price for account. We did that one. I would like that service. We'll figure what that is. Presume data is pulled from Estabot. Not sure what data that is that I was talking about, but don't know what that is. What about listing GoDaddy auctions? You can do that. Most times you will. It's just another place to list it. The main thing is to get it into the sales. As soon as you add a domain name and there's a sell tab, it says add it to, one of the choices, add it to 100 sites for sale, so it can show up everywhere. So definitely say yes to that, and then you can also add to GoDaddy auctions. There's no harm in adding it to GoDaddy auctions, Jeffrey, so go ahead. Caprit, I am not able to list .in on Afternic. So try going through GoDaddy, see if once you add it, if you can click it to add to your GoDaddy sales. Sometimes it will do it with that, but some registers, I guess, don't accept it. I know Afternic is a marketplace, but feel free to go through GoDaddy. You get better access that way than going through Afternic directly. Next question, can you add Paul Coffey when you get a chance? Okay, I'm not sure what that is, but somebody needs to explain that, Paul Coffey. Please can you discuss about good trademark sites? Yes, so I actually have pulled this up because a few of you are asking about trademarks. So let's go again. What's the name again for the LinkedIn email scraper? So there's two things you can do. One is Lusha, which is basically an add-on that gets added to your browser, and then you click it when you're on a LinkedIn profile, and they'll give you their phone number, email, their job, and everything else. So that's one of the good ones. So with trademark sites, there's only a couple places you can really check for trademark sites. I do have it up on my screen, so I'm going to pull this over and share it with you guys, and then we'll go through it. Share screen. Oh, I'm going to have to get rid of that banner first. Let's get rid of that, and then we'll go and share the screen and go through trademarks. So you were asking about a good trademark site. There is not really much you can do. I'm pulling the screen over on my desktop, and I will make it a bit larger for you guys. So the place to look for real trademarks is TESS. It's called the U.S. Trademark and Patent Search Office, Trademark Electronic Search System. And then basically what you do, and I'm going to make it bigger, is you basically go into here. I will give you the URL after this. Click basic word mark search. You'll get a weird thing like this. Oh, it's because I was here before. So let me go back and reload this page, and then I'll click search. Now I'm here. So now what you're going to look at is any trademarks. So if you want to look for something, I'm just going to make something up, CMSI. You want to see if it's live or dead. You don't care about dead. You only care about live ones for domains. And then you hit submit query, and it will tell you anywhere, okay, so there's no trademark for the term CMSI. So now we can go back and let's look for something that we know there is a trademark for. Let's look for Super Bowl. Super Bowl. There you go. So there's lots of stuff on Super Bowl, and it'll tell you what it's related to. It'll tell you what it is and things like that, whether this is a Acai Express Superfood. Now, there's tons of them for this, but obviously Super Bowl is the big trademark, one of the big ones that is highly defended. So you definitely want to pay attention to TESS. So this is where you go to find the actual trademarks, real trademarks, not pretend trademarks. But there's also something called, and it was mentioned in the group, the first right of use. So if I use something called, let's pick anything, Rumble system, and I'm the first one to use it, and I can prove it in my that I've used it in my site since, I don't know, 2015, and then somebody else comes and they want to file trademark. If I haven't filed one, that's fine, but they can't threaten me with a trademark if they haven't filed one or they haven't got one approved. So there's lots of different things you can do with that. Now, you should get information from a trademark attorney, but the bottom line is there is such a thing as first right of use. TESS is the place you want to look for your trademark. I will post this up here. It's basically ustpo.gov, tmsearch.uspto.gov, and then you can actually, the rest of the stuff you can find by clicking on it. You're looking for a trademark search, and that's what you want to know, if there's actually a real trademark. Lots of times people will email you and say, look, you need to give me that domain name because I have a trademark on it. Most times it's bullshit, so you can just ignore it, but do check and see. And then if you need to, if there's a trademark and you want to consult an attorney, go ahead and do that as well. But real trademarks, in Canada, there's something called SIPO. It's the same thing as USPTO, but it's a Canadian version. I'm sure the UK has one as well, and that's where you'll look for all of your trademarks. And you can consult a lawyer and ask, what does it really matter if I'm in, I don't know, London and there's a trademark in Canada for it? I mean, I probably wouldn't target the same products ever because I've had that experience with a company in Great Britain. It was Admiral Insurance. I didn't target insurance, but they still came after me anyway. Anybody can sue you for anything. It doesn't mean they're going to win, but it costs a lot of money to defend sometimes. I've had lawsuits where I've had to sue people because they used my trademark and it cost me $60,000. So sometimes there's no fun or joy in winning either if you have to go through one of those. So we've talked about moving names over. Tempe Lawn Service was one of the lead gen sites I built. It's up and running. It's doing some indexing and stuff. Sarasota Gutters, I've reached out to you already. I'll have to reach out again. The DNS has not changed. The site's done, but I can't post it yet. What's another thing? We talked about Rakuten. The next thing is the greatest domainer of all time. I appreciate being added to that list and being in like the top 5. I even told people not to vote for me on it because I didn't really care. A lot of the people are there, people don't even know about, and there's only like 200 or 250 people that voted out of about 500,000 to 800,000 that are in the community. So it's nice to be thought of, but it doesn't really matter to me. It's more about, I'd be more happy just helping you guys be successful in domains. So now let's go to last comments, and then we're going to go back to today's special surprises. Okay, says I'm off the screen. Yeah, I guess I was sharing the wrong screen. Can't see screen. Sorry about that, but I gave you the link anyway, so we're good. Everybody's, okay, so yeah, somebody said Lusha.com, Lusha extension, and that's what it is. It's good. It's a good tool. You can try it and see if you like it. And then David was kind enough to post the UK one. It's at gov.uk /search-for-trademarks, so you can use that as well. So that's also a good one. And that's perfect. So now, without further ado, I'm going to skip to a part that I kind of like. It's called Adam was awake and had nothing to do, so he found some good domain names. So let's go over them. Let me look at the list. So there's a big chunk in here. I'm not sure how I want to present it. I guess I can just go through them with you, and then I can give you the list. I can't post the file, but we'll figure it out. I'll share the list and I'll make it bigger so you guys can see this. Now, these are lists of names that are available to register right now. So basically, first one to the registration screen that wants one of them. Have fun. You can decide which ones you want. I have not registered any of them, but it's a pretty good list. Some of them obviously are better than others. I'll try to keep it small so we don't go through 100 of them. People jump ahead and just start registering domain names. Again, only register what you want or what you really like. Leave something for other people. And then some of them are like $41 a click. So some of them are really good. They don't like servers dedicated. It should be dedicated servers, but $41 a click for that. All right, I'll share the list. I will stop being stingy. Anybody have any questions before we go through this list? So far, nope. Okay, time to share. All right, this will be fun. All right, here you go. So this is a smaller version of the list. I've got lots more on the list, so don't panic. There's lots here. Let's make it nice and big. So we have reconsolidate student loans. Small, but it's a long name, but people use it. Disinfectant service. Oh, by the way, please tell me which names you like in the comments if you do like any. You can tell me after you register it, though. So reconsolidatestudentloans.com. Good. These all have high CPCs, by the way, over $10 to $20 a CPC. Disinfectant service, pretty good these days. Paralegal schooling, interesting. I really like backup restoration because if your backup crashes, you definitely need it restored. So for me, that's one of the good ones. Professional indemnities, interesting. Let's see. Messaging for businesses, our business. Everyone needs messaging for their business. Back-end engineering, application software developers. I mean, these are real names, real jobs. Website design professionals, also good. Cloud management platforms, also good. Let's keep going because there's lots more. Video advertising with a Z. Don't like it, but it has a lot of people interested. We'll talk about that, Robert, shortly. Quotes for healthcare. Well, everyone wants healthcare quotes, so that's interesting. Couples, therapists online. Everything's going online. This one's good too, meeting remotely, since all meetings now happen remotely. So I thought that one was good. Civil suit lawyers. That's clearly a good domain name. Home insurance estimate, clearly a good domain name. Organic meals delivered, not so great, but not so horrible. Security cam installers, I think that's a good one these days. Everyone's getting security cams and things like that, so lots of good stuff. Expenses spreadsheet, it could be something that's pre-set up that somebody downloads and just fills in numbers and has all the columns ready, and it adds everything up automatically. There's that weird one, servers dedicated. I don't really like it, but it gets $41 a click. Male midwife. Well, I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure it is these days. Disbursement loan. Another good domain name. Psychology counselors. Watch out for counselors because it's spelled like 5 or 6 different ways, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in Canada. Some spell it O, single L, O-U-R. It is the most complicated word to get domains for, counselor. Remember that one. Antivirus spyware, interesting. Brokering business, not bad. Yeah, Rick, messaging for business is good. Electrician estimate, also good. Detect intrusion. If you're working on computers and you're a network guy, you want to be able to detect intrusions. So I thought that was decent. Volution Logos, not really sure what it is, but has a lot of traffic and has a lot of numbers as far as that goes. Tracking hashtag, how is that not going to be good? Tracking hashtag, great name, and you can do something with it to track different hashtags and see, do analytics and stuff like that. Reduce emission, maybe spelled wrong, I don't know, it was late, it was 4 a.m. and I was coughing, what do you want? Postcard businesses. This is interesting. Everybody wants a nice postcard business. I always thought that you could, this is not a great idea for ethically for a service, but I thought it'd be a great idea if some male or female wants to tell their husband, look, I'm going to New Orleans on a business trip, and then they have some business that they call up and send them a postcard from New Orleans, and it covers the cost of the postcard, and they could be wherever they want with whoever they're cheating with or whatever they're doing. Anyway, postcard business is interesting. You don't have to follow that business proposal, but I just thought it was funny. Safe distances. Well, everyone's at safe distances now, aren't we? Could be a great name for a business because everyone says safe distance or safe distances now. Payment videos. This could be for anything. I don't know if you want to create custom videos and take payments for it, or be a payment processor for companies that do that. This one's just because of us. Avail domain. Obviously, available domain. It is an available domain. So avail domain is an available domain. There you go. Startup evaluation. Whenever you do a startup or a business, you need an evaluation. So a startup evaluation is a pretty good domain name as well. Again, I really liked it. It's up there twice. Translation and transcription. So you can read that as translation transcription, or I read it as translation transcription. Two different services that are available. So take a look at that one. These are available to register right now. So you don't need to sit here and listen to me babble. Go register if you want. Minimalistwebsite.com. I think it's a cool brandable name. You want a minimalist website. There you go. You don't want to put a lot of effort into it. You don't want to make it really complicated. You want it minimalist so your customer can get what they want, find what they want, and get out. Personalized frame. This may be another S for Z spelling. Where I was sleeping, who knows, it may be right in some countries. I did Google it, and it seemed correct in some places. Personalized quote, personalized frame. Personalized quote could be for anything. Personalized treatments, also good. If you have anybody that's got going through cancer or any other medical treatments, or a personal treatment for a coach, a trainer, anything, those are all good for personalized treatments. Showcased domains. You want to set up your own portfolio on a site. You can set up showcased domains and showcase them if you want. Untaken domains, also a good name for this list of untaken domain names. I was surprised on the list. It was one of those things I really had to laugh at, so kind of weird. Algeria domains. So there are interesting things. So Algeria domains are .ag. I have a lot of two-letter ones, but if you want to sell Algeria domains, probably Algeria domains is the best place to go and set up an affiliate program for it. So I think that's enough hiding. I think that was a pretty good list. Let me know what you thought of it. I will make this list available to you. And there are a lot of good names here. So feel free to take a screenshot, and then I'll scroll down, and then feel free to take another screenshot, and I go to the other part. Meeting remotely sounds pretty good to me. I also like the one about social distancing. Some of the three-word ones may be a little long, but some of them are good. Backup restoration, good. Organic meals delivered, that one I could skip. But security cam installers, these are really targeted names. So I think it's probably good. I just think a lot of them are good names. Volution Logos, I don't really know what that one is, but it was on here and had traffic. And then there's a lot of good ones on here. So tell me what you think of these domains. Nobody else is going to be able to register these because probably you guys are going to take a good bunch of them during the video. So I hope you enjoyed that little section. I call that surprise video domains available. Anybody have any questions or thoughts on that list that you just saw? Let me know. Feel free to ask, and I'll have a sip of coffee. Any questions at all? So far, so good. Robert, I call that money. Yeah, and then Robert, that other hit the logo feature on the expired domains tool. I'm going to make sure that that list is up to date all the time, so you can actually just hit it and pull them in, and then you don't have to do all that research. So there is a feature there. Mark, okay, this is what I like to see. You guys, man, I call that money. Nice. See, that's appreciation. I'll do that again then. Got 3 of them. Thank you. There you go. Where did you find those names? Well, I can't tell you everything, David. That's why we go through this, but I will definitely get you some information on where I find them. Basically, I look up domains on multiple tools, including other tools besides mine, and I look at only two things. I only care about CPC, so the cost per click for a domain name, and then the other thing that I care about is how many advertisers are there for that domain name on Google. And then based on that, I can figure out whether it's a really good term or not. Those are the two things that I care about. And I'll give you more details on that. I'll share some secrets, unlike most people. Reduce emission. Yeah, I think that's a good name. I mean, everyone's trying to reduce car emission. Good one. Rick, good pickup, hopefully. Rod, meeting remotely. Yeah, I mean, everybody's meeting remotely. Sweet. Backup restoration is already for sale at $28.88. Is that from just now? Because I can tell you that name was available today. Or sorry, today at 4 a.m. for me. Oh, it's you guys. I can see by the rest of the messages you guys doing them. How much do you see them selling roughly? Every domain is different. It really depends. Actually, backup restoration at $28.88 is probably a good deal. That's why I think it's really good to grab some of them. Tom, let's go to Tom. Put 3 in my GD basket, could only get 1. See, that means that other people are busy picking them up. If you want to share which one you got, feel free. They can't take it from you now, so feel free to share which ones you got, guys. And let me know if you like this little service, because if you do, I'm going to do it every week. I liked it, and I didn't even pick any up. I was too kind. I left them all for you guys. Thanks, and yeah, some real home runs in there. Yeah, it's surprising how much is there if you actually look. Picked one up. Thank you for your time. David Hastings, you beat me to it. Okay, so feel free to post which ones you got. And like I said, if you want to see this again, let me know you want more surprises. I hope you're just not wishing for me to get more acid reflux. So there you go. Nobody wants to post what they got yet. You guys are sneaky, but you got some. Oh, somebody did. Somebody posted gottrackinghashtag.com. Good for you. Another one, got 3. Many thanks. Robert, yes, weekly would be a bomb. Like, these are high targeting, high CPC domains that are available that nobody's grabbing. So can you expand the idea of setting up an affiliate program to sell domains? Oh, okay. So basically, there's a lot of registrars offer affiliate programs to sell domain names. Like GoDaddy has what's called the Wild West program. I set it up when I was there, so I know. But a lot of other ones offer affiliates so that you'll make a buck or two or something when you sell a domain name. So if you get something like Algeria domain names and you're only selling Algerian ones, and I'm not sure these are available at GoDaddy, you can find a register that they are and then sign up for them as an affiliate. I can do a whole course next week on how to make money as an affiliate selling domains as well, because you can do a lot with that too. There's a lot of cool ideas and tricks I can show you on how to actually sell domains to people that are looking for them and find them, which is really neat. But these are different than domains you may have. These are domains that they're just going to register at cost, but you're still going to make a few bucks. Somebody got couples therapist online. Yeah, I think that's great. I think everybody could use them. People are posting their names. Good for you guys. Traffic is really up today, by the way, so I think you guys like that. Startup evaluation, civil suit lawyers, and cloud management platforms. Great names, Mark. You must have fast typing fingers. Good job. Those are great names. I mean, those are not $10 names. Those are definitely names that you're going to be able to sell and will get some traffic on, and not just because I said so. They already had traffic. Somebody got security cam installer. Yeah, I think that's a great domain name. David, that would be great. Okay, so we have a lot of people, a lot of attention. Let's go to our root topic today. Got tracking hashtag. Hopefully I spelled it right. Let me look at that list and see. Tracking hashtag. Yeah, sometimes we all do this. We all type too quickly and then we don't get what we want. But it'll be interesting after the show to check and see what's still available. But there's definitely some good ones. Where's that tracking hashtag one? Oh, I can't seem to find it, but it's here. What else we got? Somebody got minimalist website. Yeah, I think it's a great name, Austin. Good work. Yes, 5 domain affiliate strategies are key. Add to the 5 streams of income. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm going to give you a really good way to sell domains that are available and you're only trying to sell them for a reg fee. I've got a really good plan and site already set up for that. So I can do that next week. I think you'll really like that. Web design professionals. Yeah, I mean, website design professionals. Great name. I mean, it's exactly what it is. Somebody asking about .company. Not really sure I know anything about, I mean, just besides that you can register them, but I'm not sure what Argon.company is. If you're asking about a domain name appraisal, it's not very good. SEOadverts.com. That's a good name. Good name. Okay, so let's go to, how do you know when to drop a name? Yeah, coffee.company is a much better domain name. I actually have somebody who owns a lot of coffee domain names and runs a lot of coffee businesses who, if you have that, would definitely be interested in buying it from you. Okay, so let's go to how do you know what domains to drop. So basically, one of the things you need to do is take a look at your portfolio. Well, the first way is to send me your portfolio and have me check it for 200 Canadian. I'll tell you right away which ones to drop and which ones to keep. But the other way you can do it yourself, it's not foolproof, is track your visits for 2 months. Get 2 months of data from any parking company. You don't care about revenue. Well, you care about revenue, but well, that's interesting. I'll read you that comment in a second. You do care about revenue, but first thing you want to know is how many people go to your website in 2 months. Get that number, see what it is, and then also track how much revenue you've made, parking that domain name, targeting it at what it should be targeted at, and see how much revenue you've made. That's one of the ways to do it. So get both of those things, and then also the main thing is see how many potential buyers that there are for that name. How many emails have you gotten for that domain name? How many offers have you had? Now, if you're talking about renewal, you must have had it for at least a year. So if you had it for at least a year, nobody's emailed you, you haven't done any outbound, you probably won't do any outbound, so don't say, oh, I'll do outbound and I'm going to sell it. So check how many emails you've gotten about that domain name. Google, put it in your mail and the domain name, and if all you see is renewal notices, probably it's not going to be a great domain name. Make sure it's listed on all the marketplaces. Make sure it's been there the whole time. List names as soon as you get them on the marketplaces, because somebody else who's bidding on that name may also be looking for that domain name right away. And if you put the price low enough, maybe it's higher than what they would have bid on it, and maybe they'll buy it right away. Or maybe they dropped it and they want it back. So make sure you do that. It's very important to get it up right away on a page. So track the visits for 2 months. Look at the number for 2 months and see if it's substantial, if it's just like 2 or 3, or if it's 0. If it's 0, it's obvious it's not a name that's worth anything. It's probably just you that went to it. Track revenue for a couple months, see what it makes, extrapolate that out and figure out what it would make if it would cover its renewal fee or not. If it doesn't even come close to covering its renewal fee, that's another good indicator. But again, the biggest indicator is potential buyers versus how many other domains do you have. So you can say to yourself, yeah, man, there may be 20 potential buyers for this name, but if you haven't done anything with it yet, and you're only looking at your domains that are renewed, so if there's 30 domains and you're looking at those and you're thinking, well, I might be able to send them out, great, but you haven't done anything yet, and then next month you're going to have another 30 as well. So what's really important is that if you're thinking about renewing a domain name, that you send out those outbound emails to people that are interested, at least in the last 30 days, to see if you get any interest or any responses. And you can do that on a rolling 30 days. So next, it's June 15th, 16th today. So by now, I should have already contacted all of my domains that are going to expire at the end of June or end of July. And then next month, by the 15th, I can contact everybody who's in like August or September and keep going like that. Make sure you're doing that. But the biggest thing is, don't think you're going to get to it later, because you're never going to get to it later. You may be having one key business that you want to build, but don't just keep domains because you like them. It's like building, don't just build a website because it's pretty, build it because it's going to help your business. So make sure you understand why you're keeping a domain name. And honestly, the best way to do it is have a professional review your portfolio and give you honest feedback. You may not like what I have to say, but the honest truth is I'll be able to tell you the honest perspective from somebody looking from outside as to whether it is worth keeping or whether it's not, and whether you're going to be able to sell it or whether you're not. You already are persuaded and colored by your opinion because you're the one who bought it. So it doesn't have to be me. Ask a friend if you don't want to get a professional opinion, but you just want an opinion. do that. I mean, I've used to, in the early days, bounce names off all kinds of people to see, and probably I registered them anyway because I thought I knew better, and probably I didn't on some of them. So you're probably in the same boat. So make sure you do that. The biggest thing is if you're not getting any visits, you're not getting any revenue to cover the renewal, you can't find potential buyers, and you don't have the time to do it because you've got too many, you can also basically make a decision based on that. So don't keep domains that you're not going to sell. There's no point in them. You're just puffing up your portfolio. The best thing you can do when you do sell a domain name, by the way, like I'm going to do with sportswear.ca that I just sold, is take half of that money, put it back into a better domain name, like I may buy a really high-end domain name with some of that money and put the rest of that money in the bank, and do it that way, even with all your sales. So you're always taking whatever portfolio you have and improving or upgrading your quality, not your quantity. You want to get your quality up. I would rather have 50 great domain names, 50 excellent domain names than 50,000 average crappy domain names I'm never going to sell or may get lucky if somebody trips on it. Take that advice. It's really good advice. I've been skimming down my portfolio for years by combining sales into better domain names. Anybody have any questions? Let's go back to the comments. Questions, concerns, possible conflict. Somebody else got a confirmation on tracking hashtag. We're going to blow up GD, it looks like, today. We'll see what happens and who actually gets it. Do I use Botus? I used to use Botus. I have no problem with Botus. You can use any parking company you want. The main thing is make sure whatever you do that you get, even if you park it on Botus, make sure you get your names listed on GoDaddy, so at least you get the eyeball traffic to your domain names. Also make sure you're qualified for fast transfer. That will push you to the top of the sites. So what Robert is talking about with is if you're on a GoDaddy, if your domains are at GoDaddy and they're a COM or they're certain other GTLDs or TLDs that GoDaddy offers, they will do fast transfer, which means I go to one of the partner sites, I hit buy now, the domain automatically gets transferred and the money automatically comes into GoDaddy and I get paid pretty quickly. That's called fast transfer, not when you have to list it on Afternic and then they email you and you have to go back and forth and decide if it's available or if you have it in your portfolio or if it's something that you dropped earlier and now somebody wants it. By the way, that's a trick to watch out for. A lot of times you may have dropped a domain name and then somebody's going to email you saying that they want to buy it. That's just to get you to try and go and buy it back from them, so don't fall for that. So they'll offer you like whatever, $3,000, $3,500, and they're selling it for $1,000. You'll go and buy that domain name back for $1,000 so that you think you could sell it for $3,500, but really you're going to get screwed. You won't get anything. So watch out for that as well. That's really important. But what Robert is talking about is fast transfer. You want to be able to sell a domain through GoDaddy and have it be transferred right away. I know Hexanet offers it through GoDaddy and Sado. They offer fast transfer. Check with your registrar, see who they offer fast transfer with. It's worthwhile to give up the access to getting your names on the Sado platform to get them with GoDaddy. So keep that in mind. So would I move my domain names from Hexanet to GoDaddy to get better response and better awareness and better eyeballs? The answer is yes. You absolutely want to make sure there's nobody in this world that can compete with the eyeballs that GoDaddy gets for your domain names. So ideally, you want to get them on that site for sale. Okay, seems like we're going to have a big problem with this hashtag domain name. Seems like you all like it. We'll see what happens. Did you check your high CPC using your expired domain tool? No, I haven't included that in the tool yet, so no, I haven't. All I can check is monthly. I haven't used it for that. I will use it for that when I build it in. It's something that people have asked me to build in. So you can look for CPC being added to the tool as well. And you can also look for some other cool stuff that people have already suggested that I'm building into the tool. For example, you'll be able to export all of the names at once from the middle column if you decide to, and then you can go look up what you want. There's going to be some other cool stuff coming, but feel free to send me features. I can't think of them all. I can only think of what I use, but some people have given me good features that I've added already. So thank you for that. Kathy, GD doesn't honor their fast transfer to their resellers for a while. Okay, so the reason is just because GoDaddy owns Wild West, they're different registrars. So what happens is each registrar gets 2 threads to be able to backorder domain names. Wild West may have like 5 of them, which means they get 10 threads, but you can't transfer from one to the other, even though they know each other on a fast transfer. They just haven't built that part in through Wild West. Maybe they don't trust their partners as much as they trust their own company with their own names. That would make sense. Maybe they, by law, they can't just take the domain name or seize the domain name once a customer purchases buy now. So it makes sense to me. I know it doesn't to you guys, but just remember, Wild West is a different brand of GoDaddy. It's owned by the same company, run by the same company, but it's still a different brand, separate entity. Maybe that'll clear it up. Next question. Besides GoDaddy, where else is good to list selling people domain? So, I mean, first of all, you want to put them on a landing page right away. I wouldn't post them anywhere for selling people's names. If you want to do that, I would just put them on a landing page, and then you can either reach out to people on LinkedIn and notify them that, hey, I'm brokering this name, or I've got this name, it's available. There's about 500 people or 40 people with this name. Do you want it or not? And maybe you can do it that way. That's how most people do it. Any other questions or concerns? We're running up on the end of our hour. I've enjoyed it immensely. I'm not saying goodbye yet, so feel free to ask and post more questions. Just going to check and see if there's anything else that I wanted to post for you today. We covered the product jack thing. Again, $9. Sign up for that. It's for you. We've covered the expired domain search tool. We showed that. And then if anybody wants to sign up for a portfolio review, that link is also available, and I can get that for you now. Let me go get it while we're here. So if anybody wants to have their portfolio reviewed, you can just sign up. It's quick, and we'll spend an hour. You can ask whatever questions you want, and I promise it will not be painful, but you may get a really good reality check, which is what I've been told. Sometimes I'm too direct, but I think that it's important to rip off the Band-Aid and tell you exactly what's right and what's wrong, so that you can get it right and not spend money and stop the bleeding on things that really aren't great domain names. So I'll give the link to you here, and if anybody wants it, feel free to sign up and book an hour, and we will go through your portfolio. It's been sent out. Let's see. Somebody else wants to book an appointment. Everyone else says thanks. Great show. Anybody have any questions before we shut off? So we've gone over the product, the Jack Hotman stuff. We've gone over the US TPO. You need to make sure you know how to check for trademarks. Now you should know how to check for trademarks in the US, Canada, and the UK. So that should be good. Any topics for next week's suggestions? We've already got one of those about how to show you how to set up an affiliate program so you can make money selling domains without actually owning a registrar. There's some good companies you can sign up with that I know of, that I have accounts with, and I can show you how to do that next week. That's a lot of fun. And then we talked about pretty much everything else. The course, I'll let you know about the course next week. Again, you can let me know if you're in the mood for beginner, fire hose, advanced, or whatever you want to go with, so that'll be fun. Let's see what we got. Greg, next release of expired domain tool. There will be one coming early next week, so you can expect some new features. So yeah, you want to get on that. You'll automatically be sent it. I have a list of everybody, so I will update it in the folder that you guys have access to, and you'll be given a notice so you can do that. Next, affiliate insight sales will be huge. I'll definitely do that because I have a lot of knowledge on that. Appreciate all things you're teaching. Good. I appreciate that you appreciate it. FOMO missed out. Yeah, it was for those of you that snapped up some really good surprises today. Congratulations. I think you've got some really good names. You can, if you decide, you can rub it in the faces of the others. Other than that, please post your comments in the thread. Feel free to add me on Facebook because I'm filling up very fast. I'm almost at the 5,000 limit, and I definitely want to be able to catch up and keep up with you guys. Again, if you have questions or things, you can add me on WhatsApp. There is the phone number to add me. Also, don't forget about Rakuten, where you can get 2.5% off on every domain you register through GoDaddy. You can get discounts on Sears, you get Staples, whatever company you guys deal with. But for me, it's domains and hosting. I get good deals off of this. Don't make any money on it. I just save money on it like you guys will. Last questions before we take off. Link to Google Docs. Oh, yeah. So how it's been handed out before is if you come in here, I give you the link. But since you're all here, I'm afraid to post it because it'll show up in the comments. So what I can do is, what the hell? Everybody's going to be here, and you have to watch the video to get it anyway. So let me go get the link for you guys, and I will post it here. And then you guys can, whoever watches it will be able to get it, and whoever doesn't will not be able to get it. So I'm getting the link now, and this is for you to be able to grab the files as well as the other stuff that I'm posting. So that's the link. Once you get there, go ahead and hit request access, and then we'll make sure you get access. And while I'm here, I'm going to post the list of the drops that we showed that are dropping shortly. I'm just going to throw it into the group now so that it'll be there live and you can go grab it. So here's today's list, and I'm also going to throw in, for those of you that came and actually got them, the available list that was available today as today's surprise. So that list is now uploaded to there as well. Everybody has access. They can go in. Now you can go get a copy of the exact domains, and you can steal them and register any ones that you haven't gotten yet. Thank you very much for today's show. Leave a comment after the video. Share the video on your Facebook feeds, and let's get more people into the group and grow the group. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.